All right, welcome to JCCR Racing, where we're going to be showing you what GT7, Gran Turismo 7 racing should be all about. It should be intense and it should be extreme with actual some sort of penalty or realism behind acting like a dirty dog or a dirty donkey. So, extreme damage on, you get penalized if you're a dirty dog, and the courses for online racing should be very hard to memorize. Let's go and get that racing skill. Let's develop proper racing skill by ensuring that making it very difficult. If you can't memorize or very difficult to memorize a race, you got to be running on, well, strategy. So we're going to be doing that. Let's create a room here. Now we're going to be getting into a lobby. GT7 replay, thank you very much for making it in. Welcome, howdy friend. And you can actually come and join this. We're going to be loading up our extreme race settings. Now we've done Mount Panorama Motor Racing Circuit. Why? Because we want to take on extreme races. So extreme races means lots of walls, lots of trees around. We've run the Nürburgring 24-hour before, the Green Hell. Bathurst, or Butthursts, as some call it. Circuit de Saint-Croix. Hey, Super Doofus! Live long and prosperous, or as you like to say it, I'll let you say your slogan. I love it. Fellow Star Trek fan here. Not obsessed, but I gotta say, I do like my Star Trek. Sorry.
This is useful. I'm thinking of doing more online racing gameplay like
Fantastic.
you're doing now.
Right on, GT7 replay. I'd like to see that. That'd be fantastic. Now, folks, let me know. Should we jump on the Nuremberg endurance race long and prosper? Wonderful, Super Doofus. I love it. So, folks, you can join in on this. You have to just come find the lobby. It's going to be under JCCR. It'll be a lot easier to find if you're friends with one of the YouTubers. So we're doing YouTubers versus subscribers. And really, I say versus, that's just maybe to get a few extra clicks. And really, in reality, it's subscribers with YouTubers, because the goal of this channel is to learn and grow together. I want to discover. I want to find out the best cars for the tracks, the non-OP, non-meta cars, go outside the normal, discover new things together, learn new things together, and it's all about, building the framework of how do we take on any new business, hobby, sport. You got to have a growth mindset. You got to be able to put your ego aside and live through the embarrassment and just learn and grow. You watch the pros, you watch people who are better than you, you pick up their tricks that they're using, their strategies, and you turn it into actions that you can actually do, and you build up a toolbox one tool at a time. Now, let's start off with Mount Panorama Motor Racing, and then we'll vote. Maybe I'm thinking we should do the Nuremberg Ring, because that Green Hell is a place that really does challenge your strategies. If you can race there, you can race anywhere. So let's see, number of laps, we'll do 4. And let's show why this is extreme racing. We've got, let's see, grid start with a false start check. So proper drag racing at the start. That's always fun and exciting. Online racing should have that. And we've got... Oh, Super Doofus, great call buying the Toyota Supra. It is fantastic. Yes, it's an overpowered car. It's an OP. It's amazing on every single track. It's far too good. I don't understand how there's a car that can be, one of the best, if not the best car on pretty much every track. But hey, that's the way it is. And it is a good car. It's got that rear view camera, so you can see people coming in to boot you. So you see the damage as it comes in, and sometimes because you see your rear camera and you see someone's coming in hot and fast, you can just last minute move out of the way and slow down, or just move in and they can just speed right by you into the wall. All right, Silver Fox, no worries. Always wonderful to have you, Silver Fox. When you can't make it, totally understand. We've got mechanical damage on heavy. That's what online racing should be. And really, there should be extreme heavy damage where you can blow your car engine or blow your radiator, then get maybe 2 laps before your engine blows. Visible damage will be on. Tire rate will be off for the 4 laps. Let's keep consistent tire traction, because it's not as if we're getting a whole lot of practice on these races. We just jump right in. And we've got PP limit, no limit here. We've got it will be BOP. All the cars are going to be put standard. We're going to run GR3 cars here. Filmless GT, thank you for making it in nice and early. I know it's harder for you because it's 8 a.m. for you. Forza Canada, welcome, buddy. Howdy. So let's load up these settings. I think we've got, are we picking out the grid? Grid start with false check. Grid order set by host. So we've got a perfect setup here. We're going to do Mount Panorama, and then we'll vote if the group is willing. I think we should do Nürburgring just to practice a little for the endurance. But if no one wants to do it, if you want to just keep it fun on a race where we can be pretty tightly packed in together, then that's fine too. So the lobby is created. You've just got to come on in. Now I'm going to pause the live as people come in and get it started up once we've got a few extra people, because I've discussed how this is going to go down. Well, it looks like all sorts of people are actually waiting to jump in, so this is actually loading up pretty quick. Maybe I won't put it on pause, but if you're watching this as a replay, you can probably just skip 2 minutes forward, because in 2 minutes everyone should be in and set up. So we'll start working on the grid order. Now, if you do lobbies, if you ever get into lobbies, do consider check your tires every single time. Hey, Trevor Larson.
Smiling eyes, waving hand, just came here to stop by to say what's up.
Thank you very much, Trevor Larson. Very cool. I wish you a wonderful weekend. Now, I hope all of you are going to play a little GT7 or Forza or ACC this weekend. I hope everyone gets a little sim racing in, but don't forget to spend a little time with friends and family. Now let's see right here. We're going to go into host menu and the start grid, and we'll put the JCCR Rizzo. How we do it here, we keep it extreme. Not only is damage on extreme, but the best racers, interestingly enough, need to practice their passing skills, because remember, when you're online, if you hit every single car on your way up the grid, you're going to have slower laps every time you make contact. Even if you win the bumping transaction, even if you win a little bump and grind, little attack, you're going to lose time, and everyone behind you is going to have a chance to get closer to you as long as they're not making mistakes and driving super dirty. But driving clean will give you faster lap times, because when you don't drive clean, every time you bump, you slow yourself down and the person you're trying to bump down. 4 out of 5 times you will probably push them out of the way, or even knock them off track, knocking them out and maybe putting them in last or making them lose 5-6 positions. Remember, you just ruined some poor guy's day. Went to school all day, or worked, in my case, a 12-hour shift, and then they get hit to the back. Very frustrating, and Gran Turismo 7 shouldn't be that way. There should actually be penalties for when you try to end somebody. You know, there's a difference between trading paint in a corner, or a slight paint trading, or a bump draft on a straightaway, and actually spearing someone into another stratosphere. That should just be like, you're out of the race. That shouldn't be tolerated. But here, what's great in these lobby races is it's clean and smart racing. So the best racers are going to start in last, and they've got to work past, they've got to get clean, safe passes in, which is what we need to practice anyways. Online racing should be about that, and we're going to be demonstrating what true online racing should be, because we've got the YouTubers and the subscribers. We're all pretty smart, safe, mature, so there's no fragile egos here, and we put the slowest racers all the way up at the front, and they can practice a little like smart and safe defensive driving, and as they get past, they can try to follow, and it gives them a learning experience, because as the track moves forward, if you're an E racer or a D racer up in first and second, well, you might get passed by everyone in the pack, and that'll give you a chance to learn the drive lines and the drive skills by example. Now, let's see here. We're going to put in first, in the top pole positions, Big Zay, Kit Wong, and ruled by Ruiz up there. Now let's get this in here. Let's order up the grid here. Now, Filmless GT, if you are going to join in and you want to come in over the earpiece, let me know. Send me a little message. So everyone, you got to enter the race so I can sort out the order here. So Sammy Epic, very fast driver. We're very blessed here. We've got A and B and C racers that know a lot. They know a lot about the tracks. They know a lot about racecraft and proper racing to get faster. And in the lives, they drop all sorts of gems, tips, and tricks to make you faster. So if you're watching any of the live streams, not live, in replay, great. Just hit that button that lets you see the live stream chat as it came through. So
I'll keep pushing content, and when I live, I'll let y'all know.
fantastic.
I may join in a bit. My voice is torched from my
3-hour stream.
yesterday load.
All right. Fair enough. Well, if you can't come over the earpiece, no problem at all. Would love to see you in the race. If you can't make it for this one, maybe the next one. So let's get Forza Canada. Forza Canada, you just need to hit the enter button so I can place the grid here. So we've got to get Big Zay up top. We've got to get King Wong, Kit Wong up top here. And I'm a D driver, so I'll put myself in, let's say, 4th. Let's see where Anto Racing and Ruled by Ruiz is. Ruled by Ruiz, E. We'll put him up in 1st. We'll put CJ near the bottom, because that is a fantastic A driver right here. Forza Canada, a C. We'll put you up here with just behind me, since I'm a D. And let's see who else is here. We've got anyone else. Anta Racing is an A, so we'll take care of that. King Wong, Kit Wong. I can't see what your grade is. Change grid order. Anta Racing, A racer. We'll put you down here with the other A racer. Super Doofus, we'll put you above me. You're a little faster, but I'll put you ahead of me just the same. Now, Kit Wong, I wish I could see your class rating there. And you know what? I've got a way to see your class rating. Change grid order, Kit Wong. And folks, I suggest if you run a lobby, do it this way, because you'll enjoy watching those fast racers. You're an E, Kit Wong, so let's get you at the top. You'll enjoy it. The slower racers will love and enjoy being at the front and getting to watch people skill as they get past and trying to follow, so it'll help them become faster drivers. Spec 170 Husky Pole is a Tekio. It needs to go up, and Spec needs to go up. Change grid order. We got Tekio here. Let's put you up at the top, so it'll be more of a learning experience for you, and the faster drivers can learn their craft in passing. Spec 170, I think you need to go up too. I'll put you ahead of me as well. So I'll start in 6th. Anta Racing, C-Jip. Okay, Ruled by Ruiz needs to go up too. Ruled by Ruiz. Let's see, where are you here? Ruled by Ruiz. Let's put you up at the top. I'll do my best, folks. This should be pretty good. I'm sorry if you're... that's pretty well organized there. We got an E. Kit Wong needs to... Oh, Kit Wong's already up. Great, so we got that ordered up. Let's get into this race, folks. It's about to get started. So hit that like button right before MGB saying, JCCR Johnny, hi, good to see you again. Thank you very much, Anto and MGB. Folks, we're about to get started. So hit that like button right before we get started. Subscribe and turn bell notifications on so you don't miss any of the online, chaotic, extreme, intense clown racing, which is not the way sim racing should be, but it's the way we race. We get raced online. We sometimes go from first to last because of some big takeouts. We keep it clean and we have fun, and we cover all the racecraft and best cars so you can become a faster driver. Let's get this show on the road. Now, people will have practiced in the meantime, and that is good. I'll start myself up in 7th. Philness, we look forward to getting you in, but I understand if you're getting your things done, but hope to see you in the next one. Now let me know in the live chat, folks, would you like to do a little bit of Nürburgring, the endurance race, to practice for our Manufacturers Cup? I'm okay if we don't, because I already know the race pretty half decently. I haven't done the circuit as I should, the circuit experience, but... Alright, the drag race. This is what grid starts are all about. People who've drag raced before can get a nice jump ahead like myself. Whoa. Woo! Oh, people are not realizing damage is on because that whoever rammed their front in, yeah, that's going to help here. Force another car off the track. Yeah, that was pretty hectic. So we'll all be working with 4 laps on damaged car unless we go get our cars fixed in the pit. All right, my mate Forza Canada here. Good to see you in the race. That first turn, and remember, online racing, the first turn often is pretty chaotic, so watch out, avoid the trouble. And the Mercedes, an unsung hero, and may I say, if you like mid-engine vehicles, the McLaren is truly an unsung hero. So these days, I'm all about driving non-OP cars. Oh yes, there might have been some lagging that caused a lot of that crashing. Now this race is a great race to practice on, to practice your elevation changes, which is an aspect of, it's an extreme aspect of racing. It's one of the hardest things to adjust to. You have to learn when to brake, and you really test the mantra or the philosophy, in slow, out fast. You really have to prepare when you got elevation changes, so it will make you a better racer. 5-second penalty because I think, I can't remember, I think I hit a little bit in front, but then I also got hit in the back, and then I again hit in the front from getting hit in the back, so it was kind of like a train effect, bumper car train effect. So that's where we got the 5-second, but we'll race down here with Sammy Epic, which is actually a A or B racer, so I look forward to being behind him and learning. Hey, morning Apex North Racing, good to see you, friend. Folks, I bet Apex North Racing's got a great YouTube channel that you'll want to check out. Let us know, Apex North Racer, what your YouTube channel name is, if you have one, so we can check it out. We're all about encouraging each other, helping each other out on this channel. This channel is all about learning and growing together and building a good, a buddy system, or for our Aussie friends that we've got on the channel, promoting our mates. All right, Phil, thank you very much for getting North Racer's channel up there. Ooh, that's about as close as you can get to that wall. I'm going to shift up to not spin out. Remember, I have to drive the Mercedes on traction control 2, which just makes me feel a little bad because I was down to 0 or 1 on the mid-engine vehicles. But crashing is not fast driving. Sliding off the track is not fast driving, so get consistent with the car and find out what you need to run it at. Silver Fox, that's a great idea about the Discord. So you can't, this track is great.
This is great, man. Lovely crying face. I am based in South Africa, so support this sign hasn't been great for.
Oh yeah, I know, being in countries outside of Europe or the United States, it's tough to start a sim racing channel. So I hear you, I feel you, buddy. Oh, we got to be careful getting past Sammy Epic, and Sammy Epic playing it smart, not trying to block when I've got, 100 miles per hour on him. Very smart. We need to be smart defensive drivers as well. There's a time to defend and there's a time not to defend. So someone going into that corner a little too way too hot. Gotta try not to use people as our break points. No worries. Thank you, Sammy Epic, showing a great sign of respect there. He took me off the track, so he waited for me to get back, being a real gentleman driver there. With that kind of gentleman driving technique, you'd think he'd be driving the Aston Martin, which we need to try, the Jag and the Aston Martin. I love how Top Gear always jokes around about the Jags kind of being like the crooked rich man's vehicle, or the cheap rich man's vehicle. They always make jokes about, you know, stealing cutlery because if you're a Jag owner, or taking the towels from the hotel room, just like things that you don't do when you're, you know, classy wealthy, or just classy. You can be classy poor, you can be classy wealthy, but always cracking jokes at the Jag owners. Oh, great job there, and beautiful pass, Tekyo. Beautiful pass. Now our car acting very funny because it is heavily damaged. Film this GT very cool, offering the group chat wise, because many of the racers can be all in together. Now, because I'm live streaming, I can only take on safely one other person across the headset here. Two starts to get a little jam-packed, and there can be a little bit of over-talk by accident.
Thanks for subscribing to my channel, guys. I appreciate your support, chat. Beaming face with smiling eyes, thumbs up.
Oh, Forza Canada, this is these hill sections is great practice. And that's why we're doing it. Extreme races with extreme damage to really encourage people to take it on as realistically as possible, and really remind people you're so much better to go in slow, get that drive line, and come out fast. Your best race is your most consistent race, because I don't think, you know, maybe A+ racers can do it, but I don't think you can have your best fastest lap consistently. Like if your best lap's on a 130 on a track, you can't think, oh, I'm going to push it and get 130 or better on every single lap. If you try to do that, you're going to have a major crash out on at least one of the laps. Now we're about to head into the final lap. Cars. Yeah, I hear you, Super Doofus. Lots of damage here on the car as well. I could turn heavy damage into lower damage, because it seems like accidents happen just the same even when we know extreme damage is on, and then it makes the car awfully an added challenge to drive. But the Mercedes here takes damage really well. It's not even squirrely when damaged. And if you hug that corner too much, there is an added elevation change. There's like a little dip in the track there, and that's a learning experience. I didn't realize if you hug too much, that apex, that the elevation change there will spin you out, even with a front engine. Now do keep in mind, when we're talking best cars, front engine, rear wheel drives drive differently than the mid engine or rear engine rear wheel drives or all wheel drives, so you got to keep that in mind. Elevation changes on the curbs are really tough for the mid engine and rear engines, and they have incredible grip until they have no grip at all. Very smart advice, Trevor. Good job. Nice dropping some gems there in the live chat. All right. So other than a little one mishap right at the beginning and one mishap in the elevation change area, that was, I think, a solid race. I want to make sure I can actually catch more of the live chat after the race. So I'm just going to turn on the race here.
Vulcan salute Apex North. Sorry. Real discount.
No worries, Sammy. Again, we got to make a little bit of money. Now let me know in the live chat.
Okay, friends, I'm coming in.
Are you voting for another Bathurst, or do you want us to hit up the Nuremberg ring? Please let me know. Let's take a little quick vote here. I think the grid is already set up beautifully. Philness is a great racer, so he'll come in. He'll be near the bottom of the Apex North. Very cool. Thank you. Hang tight, folks. We have got this going. Just waiting for a little vote here coming in, because I can easily change the race. And I can also go and put change event settings. We can turn the extreme damage off, and instead of extreme damage, we can have heavy damage. So let's check this out. Mechanical damage, heavy. We'll put it to light, but let's keep it real. Let's keep this all about sim racing. And a huge shout out to Sammy, who I believe it was Sammy, or was it Forza Canada, when they accidentally hit us off the track. They actually waited as a sign of respect. Don't worry, Filmness GT, you can shameless plug yourself anytime on this channel because you're a big contributor to the channel. So no worries there. Now, anyone saying Nuremberg, Sammy says Nuremberg, so he's the only one that voted, so Nuremberg it is. Unless we get a few counter votes coming in real quickly, I'm on my way to do this. Let's see here, Nuremberg. And we'll do the endurance.
Such a pain.
Haha, yeah, the Nuremberg ring is a pain, but it's a wonderful pain. And there's no way we'll do 4 laps. Let's do, they're 8-minute laps. So let's do quick 1 minute, bang them out and then pop in another. That way if someone does royally mess up, they're not going to be penalized for it the whole time. And because it's such an extreme race and such an easy race to have a total crash wipeout, damage will be on light. So it's not as if your steering wheel is going to shake like this after you mess up your bumpers. Oh, Anto Racing wanting it at night. Anta, let's take it in the day because not everyone's going to be developed on this track. We've got e-racers with us, so just surviving it in the day with no rain is tough enough. Filmness GT, I'm sure you can make it. Don't worry. I'll give you a moment more. Let's all enter in. Let's all check our tires here. You'll want to do this pretty much every race, or at least every time you switch cars when you're in a lobby, or if you switch between lobbies. Now I'm going to send out a message here. Drive safe. Safe. Damage on. And penalties. Online racing should have major penalties for crashing up people. There we go. Everyone should know that I just dropped the words drive safe, damage on with penalties, because here on JCCR Racing, we like to keep it real. We want to develop the racecraft. We're not playing an arcade game here. We want to develop the racecraft to actually get better, because the goal of this channel is to get it monetized, get up to over 1,000 subscribers, and use the channel funds to get the driving, the racing, real world license. I want to take you all on the real world license experience to show you what it's like in one of my Porsche 911s, and then actually take you on some track time to show you how sim racing can relate to the real world, whether you rent a go-kart, buy yourself a go-kart, or take your actual, Porsche 911, Ford Mustang GT with that incredible 5-liter Coyote, or GT350 with the flat plane crank, V8, incredible race engine. No matter what you're driving, it could be a Honda Civic. If you go and do track time, that this benefits the real world, and this actually teaches discipline and goal attainment, the process of gaining the tools and the philosophy, the mindset of how to achieve goals and new skills. So we've got Filmness GT in the house. He's a B, so let's throw him up a little bit here. Let's start him higher up on the grid. Let's put him right above Sammy Epic. I think Sammy Epic is B also. So there we go. Sammy Epic is pretty fast here from recollection. And we've got JCCR Super Doofus here ahead. We got to see. I don't know what place Tekio is. So if you guys can see that, let me know. But I think he's in the right place. So let's start it up. Everyone's ready to rock and roll. Let's put the pedal to the metal. But right before we put the pedal to the metal, of course, I do wish you all more cars and more power. So let's get in with our dream cars. Let's race them. But hit that like button. punt that like button, and please do consider it's completely free. Subscribe and turn bell notifications on so you don't miss any weekly chaotic clown racing and how to survive that all. Yeah, it might rain Silver Fox in the race today, and if so, make sure you've bought your wet or intermediate tires in advance. Already, I did one practice lap the other night, and the track seemed very humid. The track seemed damp. It seemed prime conditions for rain. So if it's very, very light rain, I'll want to go on the intermediates. If it's heavy rain, go wets. But you don't want to throw on the wets while the track is only humid, because what's going to happen there is nightmarish. They'll wear out really quick. So last minute braking here. I need to... There we go. Drag racing. Drew up drag racing. Not competitively, but for the pride. Oh, and we got taken out. This will happen. Woo! Definitely showing off my drag racing skills as we jumped a lot of positions there. Drag racing is my skill set. Especially on paddle shift. In the real world with a manual, I'm not the world's fastest gear shifter there. My brain is, and legs and body, muscle memory, it's all trained to not damage a clutch. But if it's a paddle shift, I'll nail those shifts. Sammy Epic, me and you, buddy, again. Following my mate here in the nice Lexus. The Lexus is a great overall car on many tracks, and it's a great car to buy in the real world because you're gonna get some impressive styling. Ooh, I went way too slow through there. Sorry to the 911 behind me, MGB. Sorry about that. So the Lexus has incredible looks. It doesn't have generally far from the most power. Lexus generally undertunes everything. It does not push any of the mechanics anywhere near their limit, but they're super reliable and generally good to do, 3, 4, 500,000 kilometers, or 300,000 miles. Ooh, sorry, Sammy Epic. Generally though, a little boring, we could say, because they're underpowered, but the looks and interiors will make up for it. I love this track. Apex North Racing, good. I hope you will make it to the next one, because we have space for 16 racers. I think we made it up to, 14? So there's still a little space. Or maybe we did make it to 16 and you couldn't make it in because the spots were taken up. It's turning into quite the popular Saturday morning lobby, even though we're kind of going on a weird time, Eastern time, 10 a.m. So if you want to make it next week or make it in today, we'll still do we'll do a few laps in the Nuremberg ring to make up for those that have regret because they get into an accident. Super Doofus, my mate Super Doofus here, check out his YouTube channel. I'm going to be very careful around my teammate here. We both race for the JCCR Racing crew when he throws on the skin. Oh, did everything. Went into the grass avoiding Super Doofus there. Did not want to crash into, not just because he's my mate, but my buddy. I don't ever want to crash into people. Try to take it like I own the car. In the real world, you do everything you can to avoid, because in the real world, honestly, if you deliberately take someone out, you're going to face some serious problems. Let him go by before I come back on the track. Now, having the brake balance on 5 towards the rear means the car is going to brake less quickly because we have next to no brakes in the front, but it does mean we can actually steer the vehicle decently while turning in. go. Super Doofus had an accident trying to avoid me. Thank you very much for that gentlemanly driving instead of driving into me. He pulled in the opposite direction and ate the wall to avoid the accident. Woo. Gotta let go of the pedal when you start to feel. Don't stress and hit the brakes when you start to slide out. But lay off the pedal is the key. And if you don't know the track, you can watch the gear suggester. Highly recommend that you have either the track on if you don't know the track or the radar on if you do know the track. But even if you don't know the track, the gear selector will give you a great idea of what you need to be taking the corners at. If nothing shows up, it means stay on that accelerator pedal. You got room to go. And I hope you're here with the idea of wanting to have the room to grow. So top of fourth through here. So there's a crash behind us. You just got to watch that gear indicator. So here, second for the next big turn. Coming up here. Started to slide. We had to let go of that throttle. Important racecraft. So important racecraft, we want to try to, having the right speed, the fastest speed means you're using the whole track. You use the whole track, that means you're going to go from the extreme outside to the extreme inside, meaning the outside here, to hunting these apex, using the whole track, out going off, and getting the apex, that's inside candy cane, like here, getting the apex means you can be back on the throttle that much sooner. Oh yes, there we go. That's using the whole track there. And so is that. But I was a mile away from the apex, and that means I wasn't going through there as fast as can be. And know your car. To be consistent, to get overall, not just a fast lap, but a fast race, you got to know your car. Knowing your car means you've driven it, you know how it's going to behave under different conditions, and you're much better with a car you know than just going with the OP car that's the overpowered, the car that all the world's fastest laps are done with. Mind you, these days often it is the Toyota Supra, and that is an easy car to drive, so it's not as if it's a hard car to drive. You can probably pick it up really quickly. Great overall choice. Nissan GTR is another great overall choice because it's great at pretty much all the tracks. Now most cars that are short shifters, like the Toyota Supra, like the Mercedes AMG, you want to shift right around the gear indicator. So right now 6 is the gear I'm in. The little red gear that shows up is the gear indicator, or the suggested gear. That's about when you're going to want to shift, except for 5th gear, which 5th gear you're going to rev out. And I feel like that was a solid, great lap. Other than we went off track to avoid a crash with Super Doofus, and we got kind of punted off the track on major turn 1. Other than that, I think that's how you just got to race tracks that you're not that experienced with. Just watch the gear indicator. If you're more worried about the track than your opponents, your other racers, have the track on and look at it. Forza Canada, don't worry about it. Everyone is not great. Philness, not getting outed is a big aspect of this race. So folks, this is a race we need to practice. We've got Kamikaze Beats. Let's put him in last. Kamikaze. My goodness, we're pretty much full here. You have to jump in. Anyone who wants to jump in, you better jump in quickly. Kamikaze, very fast, so let's put you down here. Let's see who else is down here. We got Alley-oop that needs to go up. Just ahead of, there we go. Let's see here, we got some sea racers at the bottom. This doesn't make all that much sense. Oh no, okay, there we go. Kit Wong needs to go up. Oh, waiting for everyone to put it in. Okay, now everyone's ready for the next race. Good. Kit Wong, where are you?
Apex North at bear_cuddles for you.
Yeah, there we go, Super Doofus. Thank you very much for helping people get into the race. Anyone know? Well, we got Super Doofus up here, a D, Sammy Epic, a B, that's fine. This is close enough, close enough. Onto Racing, we'll put you at the bottom because you're an A racer. Good job on getting your A speed rating. Onto. Very oddly, though, it can... JCCR, Philness making it in. Great to see you. Let's switch out Sammy Epic here. And let's put Philness just a little higher here. And Kamikaze, I just need you to hit that enter button, which will be right here. Get entered, and J Rizzo also get entered so you can be thrown into the grid at the correct spot. This is looking pretty good. Apex North is a C, should be ahead of MGB. Apex, just ahead of MGB, and I'm making this as fair as possible. This is all about how online racing should be. It should be all about safe, smart racing, all about the racecraft, making us better racers. So I'd love to see grid orders being the fastest at the bottom and the slowest at the top, because let's face it, online racing, the slowest racers are anywhere from 4 to 10 seconds slower per lap than the people at the top of their lobbies. Does it make sense to take someone who's 10 seconds faster and put them up in first? No, give them the challenge of driving through everyone, but then penalize horribly if people have fragile egos. Teach them an important life lesson. If they, on a straightaway, for example, spear someone, take them out of the race. Make it, you've totaled your car, you're out, remove credits from them, but increase credit giving for the positions you get. Like, make first place 5 million credits, make 10th place 200,000 credits. But if, you know, someone in 10th place has a fragile ego and gets passed by that fast racer who's going to finish in first at the end of the race if they don't get attacked, well, if they attack them, you know, 400,000 credit repair and take them off the offline race. And when they're out of credits, they can't race online. They got to go play against the computer. All right, so we're going to be getting this started up. Kamikaze beats Enzer, so we're on almost filled up here. Alley-oop, a C, 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 A, fantastic. C, Andreo, you just got to hit that enter button. Kamikaze beats, you just got to hit that enter button, and then we'll be able to start up this race.
Try the circuit experience for this, guys. It's really good with M6.
Fantastic advice, Philness GT. Thank you very much for throwing it out there. And Silver Fox saying the intermediate tires didn't even last one lap if the rain does not come. Wow, if it's light rain, I might just stay on hards with a no pit strategy. Fantastic, Silver Fox. Now, will the Manufacturers Cup, though, require a pit? Will we be penalized 1 or 2 minutes if we don't pit? That's going to be the big one, because so far all the manufacturers races, the one I didn't pit in, Tokyo Expressway, I went from, what was it, like 9th, and it put me in 16th because I didn't pit. But then I came back from my 9th to 16th in manufacturer race 1 for Tokyo Expressway, got a first place, but it was only worth 5 points. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they counted that race, or if it's because earlier I was racing with a mix of C drivers, and then I was in with all Ds. Maybe that's why I got only 5 points for first, but that kind of hurt. I was expecting, for the work put in, I was expecting more than that. So we got Neo here. What is this, a D racer? Let's see. Let's just wait for that to clear up. All right, we know 11 are watching for the live. Let's see. He's a C racer, so let's put him up a little. Let's give Neo more of a chance here, and we'll get it started. Adjust grid. Let's put you right there and apply, and we are good to go, folks. Good luck, good racing. Remember, damage is on. Race smart, race safe. There are penalties, folks. It's the way real races should be taken on online. Of course, we can't charge credits for causing damage to other cars, sort of like an insurance policy. We can't do this in this mode. I hope they bring it to lobbies, or at least create a online lobby where it's like realism racing, and they have a special for, you know, the hardcore, the real racers. They set up a real sim racer lobby with big penalties and totaled cars that will take you out of the race if you total your car. That's what I'm hoping we see from one of these updates from Gran Turismo 7. Now let's get into some exciting racing. Thank you so much for being here, folks. I really appreciate you watching. Blessed to have this community. We're a community of racers who want to learn and grow together. We're not here to bash or trash. We're here to learn and grow. And if learning, growing with, I promise you, the live stream folks, we're great. They're going to become your friends. So if you want to gain friends, gain lap speeds, gain a lot of knowledge, we got A+ racers all the way to E racers in the live stream chat. I call them JCCR Racing Crew. Well, if you want to be part of the JCCR Racing Crew, it's super easy. Subscribe, turn bell notifications on, and make it in time for the lives and chat with us. So we had the foot on the brake with revving the engine. So all we have to do is let go of the brake, and it propels us into, on a straight, we would get into first off that start. Drag racing is my specialty. Oh, we got a little push, but we survived it. I'm in first. I'm doing a thing for the moment. And that moment was short-lived. So what happened there? Why did I kind of go off track? I didn't have the proper rotation on the car because I was in too high of a gear. So we got to listen to these gear indicators. They really help out. They will help your car rotate properly. If you're having a lot of trouble in turns, that might be why. And if you're having too much trouble coming out of turns because you're spinning out, sliding out, consider turning up the traction control. There's nothing wrong with driving with the training wheels on. So we got our training wheels on here. We put our ego aside because we're all about learning and growing, learning a skill, learning a hobby. So we got the markers on so we know where the turns are so we can take on new tracks. I'm slowing down the whole pack here, going through there very slowly. Haven't adjusted the brakes. So let's see how we can do on regular brake controller. Too many turns here to be able to switch up the brake controller. That will cause an off track. It's like texting and driving, highly dangerous. Texting and driving can be even more dangerous than the very huge danger of driving with toxins in the system. Toxins that we call a beverage. Oh yeah, too much publicity on the back to see what's going on. So we're watching for that gear selector to come up. Will it tell us it will tell us what gear we should be in, and we will be listening. The elevation change here, so let off the throttle, touch ever so slightly the brakes. Oh, there we go. That's where we would have needed this on. Oh, geez. Sorry, folks. I'm causing a lot of traffic here. And wait till everyone goes by. Woo, from first to last. The importance of having this race, I strongly believe, is a race you want to have your brake controller on 4 or 5, because some turns are going to surprise you and you need to be braking going through the turn past the apex because you just weren't set up properly. Like here, that having the brake balance there saved me, because if it was on regular, I would have slid through the turn. Because when your front brakes are functioning, they're not turning. They get locked up unless you're very light on the brakes. But here I can be harder on the brakes, sort of last minute braking, setting up for last minute braking. Much better. Such a nice difference. And the Mercedes goes great with brake balance on 4 or even 5. 5, it's just that you're not, when you are under hard braking, your braking just isn't quite as good as I need it to be. It's a little too slow. So 4 is a great compromise. First to get through the rotation through here. Alright, so we were in last, but we're climbing back up, so we're just going to drive safe and smart from now on. We've got our little assistant here, playing around with the brake balance, making a huge difference. Philness running the JCCR. Philness, fantastic. One of our fellow race team mates. We're all captains on the JCCR racing team. All equal. And I say all equal, but in reality, Philness is a much faster driver. Okay, so 4th is going to be for this turn. Went through there slower than need be. Just don't have the memory for this section. So 2nd for the next big turn, right here. And last minute braking coming in handy. Try it out on 5, a little experimentation here. Yeah, our mate Super Doofus, JCCR Super Doofus, another one of our racing teammates. We got a solid racing team here. I'm a D driver, Super Doofus is a C driver. I'm in and out of C. And Philness is an A driver, so a nice mix. Philness with the most experience. I'm the talkative one in the bunch. We all have our YouTube channels, folks, so check them out. I'm the talker and the guy that doesn't have. Philness has the most track experience, knowing the ins and outs of all the tracks he races, giving out very specific, detailed advice on how to drive on each track, what gear to be in for each turn. And I'm there, I'm Mr. Talks a Lot. I'm there to cover and remind us all the race strategy, the race craft. I'm a beginner intermediate driver, so I'm all about taking on those new tracks with little to no experience starting the week as a total beginner, and going from beginner to winner every week in the online races, and trying to go from 0 to hero, and that means getting into the A League myself. Slowly but surely. And Philness said it earlier, a big trick to that is do the circuit experience. Start getting gold on every turn so you know each turn in and out like the back of your hand. But I work about 55 hours a week on my main job. I've got another YouTube channel called Johnny's Car Care and Reviews, where we are long-term reviewing a 2017 Shelby GT350 with a flat plane crank V8, just like the Ferrari 458. Pretty darn incredible if you ask me. We are long-term reviewing a Ford F-150 Tremor 2024, which we are loving. Both are on payments, so thankfully that channel is monetized and helping us be able to long-term review those vehicles. We're not making a fortune, but we take in a few $100s every month, and it does help out. And we're also long-term reviewing a 1991 Toyota MR2 with its new engine, because we're running, doing the experimenting and finding out, can you own an old classic car and still have fun, not lose your boyfriend, girlfriend in the process because all your time and money is going into it. So we've got that 1991 True JDM full out right hand drive with Bride racing seats, full body kit. That thing's got, like, over the years must have like 30 grand into that car besides its purchase price. And we've got two Porsche 911s, both 996 generation, so a 1999 red convertible. Very surprising. It's a 1999 and there's no flexibility in the turns. It's so solid, as if it's a hard top. Incredible technology coming out of Porsche years in advance, because now Mustang GT convertible is like that. You have no flex. There's no body flex in the corners, but they used to have a ton of body flex, back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. Those Mustang convertibles were just horrible if you drove them quickly. Not the case anymore. Lots of rigidity now. And so we're long-term reviewing these things, answering a lot of questions that your normal potential buyer will be asking. Can I own a Porsche 911 and have it not cost too much? Can it be reliable? Can I own an old classic JDM Japanese car with it being reliable? We're answering, so just catch that channel, Johnny's Car Care and Reviews. Now, folks, let's get into our last race. It's family day. So I'm with my online family, YouTubers, and I wrote versus subscribers, but really it's YouTubers with subscribers, because we're all here to learn and grow from one another, to create a race family where we're all going to be faster. Someone saying, MGB here saying, clean race, awesome sauce. Yes, I like that expression, awesome sauce. It was great. So, folks, let's hit it up one last time. If everyone's ready, JCCR Philness, yes, you are ready. Let's get in this. Oh, that was an epic race, GT7 replay. Can't wait to join your races. I look forward to it as well. Now, Super Doofus, you want Red Bull? Can we get one last vote for Red Bull? I'll vote for Red Bull. I'll vote for Red Bull. I'll throw it in here. We'll do 4 laps at Red Bull. And that will be a day. Let's do two races of 2 laps. Let's give all of us a chance. Host menu here. Let's get this. Oh, Sammy Epic, make it in, my friend. Make it in.
Red Bull works. It's a fun track.
Oh, I'm happy we got extra. Oh, yeah, votes and votes coming in. We'll be like a proper democracy here. Now with online, there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to vote on every bill. It's just you need to have horrific penalties for people who cheat and steal someone's vote. But we should be able to have direct democracy and be able to vote on every bill. All right, so is everyone in? Has everyone hit that good old enter button? Does everyone have their racing softs on? I know I do. All right, Forza Canada, hit that enter button and we will be in and on our way to getting into some epic racing. Now, folks.
Put a voting system in the game itself.
Absolutely, Apex North Racing. I like that. Yeah, you get into a lobby and then you just get to vote what level of damage you want and what penalties. So it's just boom. It's like a lobby, but with voting. All right, so Gruntle's in. We got JCCR Rizzle there. And our A drivers have left, and that's A-okay. There we go. Let's get in if everyone's here. All good. All right, I think Apex made it in, hopefully. let's get it racing. And if not, it's 2 laps. There'll be another one. Yes, JCCR Philness, my racing teammate, and Super Doofus, all part of the JCCR racing team. We are in, and I accidentally just started Nürburgring again, didn't I? I'm sorry, folks. We'll have to take 1 lap here, and then we'll finish up with 1 last lap on the Nürburgring. Sorry, 1 last lap on Red Bull. I guess I didn't apply, because if I pull out now, you'll continue racing. It'll just be that I'll be gone, and that won't make for a very exciting live stream, will it? This should throw me into first. There we go. Well, let's take some cones out while we're at it. I survived turn 1, went extra deep, extra wide. Oof. And I was just not paying attention to that turn. Oh, this is going to be exciting. We are packed in tight. I have no idea what's behind me because I don't have radar on, but at least we got the brake balance set up so we can avoid crashing on, what was that, like turn 12? Turn 12 of 99. Ooh, I went through there quickly. That was nice. Ooh, upshifted to save from a slide out. And now my favorite section, the forest. I was hoping it was the forest. All I could see is the rear ends of all these fine looking cars. Hey, Philness, my racing mate. Oh, ate some grass and paid the price. Gotta remember, the green hell, you just get a little tire and that was a foot onto the grass, but that's what it will cost you. So this is a true race for extreme racing to practice racecraft, because you'll be the reward is so great for going in slow, coming out fast. You try to push it beyond your limits. It's not the best race for the slogan, if you're not pushing it beyond your limit, you're not really racing. It's if you want to do well on the overall grid, you just gotta play it safe. Play it safe is the name of this race, unless you have it really memorized down to, you know exactly what speed you can take each turn at, or have a good idea and you're like, oh, next lap, you know what, I could take it up 3 miles per hour. I'll test out going just a little faster. That was pretty much as fast as I can go through there because I had no track left, at least for that line. Better line means faster fly through. Saved by the brake balance there, because that was some excessively last minute braking. That wasn't safe and smart, that was last minute, seat of my pants racing. So that gear suggester being fantastic. That's like having a co-pilot or having your pit crew saying, you know, turn 14, gear 3 or gear 4. And the gear suggester is always, you know, top of that gear if you got the right drive line. is a race with all the turns that you might want to consider having your traction control just a little higher than you'd normally run it at, because it's easy to add too much throttle, get excited coming out of a turn, add too much throttle like there, and just spinning out and going head first into the wall, bonnet first. Love this race. Great stuff. Just surviving it is something. Stay with us, folks. We're about to head to the Red Bull Ring, where there'll be lots of clumped-in action. You get to see all the racers on the track. All right, we got a yellow flag. Someone's crashed up ahead like I did early on in the lap. Last minute braking there. To the limit there. Those suggested gears really saving my hide. Lots of room to go quicker through there. Got 4 feet to spare. Not the right line, should have came out on the yellow marker, and that's why these yellow markers are really great for letting you know where you should be. What a fantastic, fun race this is. Yes, it's going to be very frustrating when you're taking it on with no skill. But keep your little track map on so you know the turn coming ahead. Put your markers on. Watch the gear indicator. And if there's nothing written, keep that pedal to the floor. Put the pedal to the metal when there's no little red gear indicator showing up. And learn it, and if you can race and drive here quickly, you can take on any race. So this is a race that's worth putting in, an hour or two of frustration. Because once you've done that, you'll be set to do decently on any track. This is throwing pretty much all the types of turns at us, even elevation change turns, turn going uphill, turn coming downhill. But it's frustrating because it's easy to spin out. And I love that finish right there. Coming off a crazy straight and downshift, you see your marker, and that's where you start to slow down. You have that little tiny space to go from, 5th to 2nd. All right, last race of the day, last track. Let's change the event settings here. Red Bull Ring, a fan favorite. We'll do 2 laps. We'll load these settings. Oops, no, we'll change event settings. Amani Swingwell saying, let us never speak of that lap again. Fair enough. Apex North Race saying that was terrifying. Absolutely. Especially that the the closer you get to the limit, the more terrifying that race is. Hey, hey, Lily. Hi. Hi, sweetie.
This track
Hi.
is the death of me. Face with tears of joy.
Good race, y'all. Yes, that was fantastic. To those watching the live stream, thank you so much. I'll present to you. We've got our little racer here, Lily, our little chocolate poodle. Yes, thank you, girl. Sorry about that. And we've got Winston over here. All right, let's make sure that we've hit this enter button here. Hopefully they don't throw around too much our grid order because we are ready to race. Yes. And we've got Winston here. Our little Winston. Yes, grumpy Winston there. All right, let's get back into some racing. Let's see, our tires must have followed. They did follow. We're going to continue to practice the AMG because we've got a manufacturer's cup. And I love the AMG. It's so great at taking a hit and keeps on chugging. Takes a hit, doesn't need to pit. People have a good deal of trouble trying to pit you in this car. That means hit you so hard they basically pitted you. All right, so let's get racing. Who are we missing? Feel like Philness is there. Great. Onto Racing is where you should be. Gruntle, let's put you up a little higher. And what did I say here? Gruntle, we said we'd put you a little higher. There we go. All right, so Gruntle with the C rating. Onto, we got Jay Rizzo. Let's put you up one. Jay Rizzo. There we go. And yeah, we got some B racers up there that could be a little lower, but that's okay. We'll have Louis and Gruntle where they are.
5 laps, JC.
For 5 laps, I put it on 2 laps so we can just do quick back-to-backs. We'll do 2 quick 2-lappers on this. We'll try 2 laps, see how that feels. Oh, more laps, yeah, because you're starting in the back. Fair enough, fair enough. Here, let's settle on 3 laps. Well, I'll go down the middle. 3 laps. It'll be challenging for the back of the pack, but people often crash out here. So let's start up the race. I feel like we're going to be getting into some interesting racing here because there's so many corners that you can accidentally take someone out, take yourself out. It's a very challenging, it looks like a very simple race, but it's actually a very challenging, and it is an extreme race because when we play online, there's pretty big, being that it's a small track, the penalties are huge for going, you know, an inch or 2 off track. You're picking up, you know, 0.5 second penalties online, sometimes picking up a 1 second penalty because, you know, oh, don't worry, Monty Swingwell. Just try your best not to hit people and it's all good. So 4, a little dangerous because we need maximum braking power here for some of these turns. But it means we can brake all the way through. Super Doofus giving me a nice chance to go ahead. I think he just wants to follow me for a little bit before he passes me. Going super wide, trail braking to the apex and back on the throttle here. Once you get to the apex, that is a corner. You really need to be back on the throttle because even in the D League, they're going to be quick through there. Oh, ate up too much of the inside there. Pretty common occurrence for me, unfortunately. Really got to learn to nail that. This is a high penalty track. Picking up a penalty there. some of these yellow speed bumps, you pick up a penalty if you touch them. And others, like the bars, you can go over and come back on and not get a penalty. Oh, we got a wee bit of a punt. This will cost us a penalty there, because even if you get punted off, you pick up penalties. All right, this penalty will drop us back quite a bit. Probably put us in 4th or 5th. Oh, don't worry. Don't worry, folks. I know we're all doing our best not to have contact, just like the way online racing should be. There should be maybe a little cooler on the penalties for being slightly off track, or the same, and at least turn up penalties for crashing into other people. Hey, good job, Jay Rizzo, coming from the back of the pack. Fantastic. All right, so that was a quick one, 2 laps. We'll finish up with a 3-lapper to give the guys starting at the bottom an actual chance to make it up. Let's see who got the fastest lap time here. Certainly wasn't me, but we finished in 3rd because we had a good start. Being a D driver, starting closer to the top of the pack. Oh, don't worry, Super Doofus. Thank you very much for throwing out a little apology. Very kind of you. Let's throw in 3 laps here. Oops. That's right, we gotta apply them. 3 laps. There we go. Oh, we're on 3 laps again. Okay, well, I can't exit. Yeah, Super Doofus, I hear you. Sometimes it does feel like certain model of cars just don't want to break. 3 laps. Change event settings. Here we go. We're already on the 3 laps. So it was already performed, and we just need to hit enter, and we will be into the next race. So catch our next race. All right. We've entered. We're ready to go.
Should have try race C this week, lol, no.
Yeah, race C has been fantastic. Red Bull has been an absolute blast when we're not getting punted and, you know, speared into the stratosphere or punted to, I don't know, donkeyed. We've received all sorts of hits on this race. It has not been a clean race online this week, so let's get started. Everyone's ready. Onto Racing being the A racer, the fastest racer in this lobby, starting at the bottom, because we put our fastest racers on the bottom and they get the challenge of climbing up. So folks, please, as they pass you, do not hit them. This is all about how online racing should be. Good job, Philness. Yes, Philness is an A driver. Absolutely. So here, the trick. Get your car set up before the start of the race. Rev it up. And let it go as soon as you see that timer happen. Chase down Super Doofus. Ooh, being in the wrong gear will cost you a lot on this race, so you might want to, if you're all about speed, go automatic on this race. But I'm all about slowing down more quickly and enjoying the experience, and I love the paddle shifts. So I'm going to drive manual, even though it is not my fast way around this track. Got the training wheels on, following the markers. Trail brake to the apex. Once we get to the apex, back on the throttle. Our mate, Super Doofus, our racing teammate there. Now we always go out there, so we're not going to run on the, we're not going to touch those yellows or go over too much on the inside. So we always pick up dirty little time penalties. We're going to trail brake to this apex, then get back on the throttle. You got to avoid those yellows there and those as well. Really got to, the little yellow squares, make sure you don't touch them. Super Doofus just did, and that's why he picked up a 0.5 penalty. Oh, sorry, Super Doofus. You worked hard to avoid me, and I worked hard to avoid you. But I went through that hot, very, very hot. Online, the driver probably would have booted me. We can go off the yellow here and come back. Ooh, I guess we cannot. I guess we maybe came back a little too late. And there you got to be in the right gear for rotation. We were not, and that's the penalty there. We'll lose a lot of time back the pack trying to avoid a crash with me, and I'm slowing everyone down at this point. Despite being in first, we are not racing this properly. 4 cars behind us wondering what is going on at the top of the pack here. Definitely avoid these yellow squares. Avoid going too much on the inside of that one. Here you can, you don't need to drive off of it, but there we go. Let that guy by. He's got, ooh, they've all got way more speed on us. Oh, we touched the yellow, so we'll pick up a penalty probably right there. Let's test out this out. Oh, we survived. Must have been just unbelievably close there to touching. Let's see if we can hold on to this pole position. Apex North, good to see you, buddy. Making it into the live stream video. And onto racing, very fast driver. Great job making it from the back of the pack. Making it up from the absolute back of the pack. Very impressive. So following these guys will make us a better driver. And that's what I love about these lobbies. You can be a D driver mixed in with some A drivers and learn some A driving skill. Going to trail brake to the apex. Oh, but got to be careful if we got 2 tires on the outside and we're on the throttle, that will spin us out. 911 or Huracan, probably even a full out tailspin. Avoid those yellow squares. Quick little tap on the brakes there. 2nd for rotation, 3rd for acceleration. And there we go. We actually got through there quickly, not losing that A racer, still in sight for the lap and a half that we followed. So a nice performance. Ooh, we did it. We did a thing. We did a thing. It is done. We actually pulled on that one to survive. Thank you so much for watching, folks. Please like and subscribe, turn bell notifications on, join our Saturday morning 10 a.m. Eastern Time lobbies, make some friends, learn and grow together, and get faster.
Good race, everyone.
Fantastic, Phil. Good race, everyone. Great hanging out today. I'm going to do a little family time. We're going off to shop a little electric vehicle for our baby, who's about a year and a half old now. And we'll control it. When she's older, she'll start learning how to drive. Probably at about 2 years old, we'll start letting her drive, or almost when she's two. In the meantime, we'll drive for her because we learned that she loves being pulled or pushed while sitting in a box. She loves the racing experience already. When we showed her a Shelby GT350 RV Kids electric car, she started giving kisses to the phone. Clearly she wants that, and she's almost always banging on the garage door and going because she wants to get in and point at the 2017 GT350 and 1991 Toyota MR2 we had to buy a new engine for it. So check that out on Johnny's Car Care and Reviews. Thank you so much, Mr. Knight Rider Jim. I agree. We do need to go back to Extreme Damage to make sure people play it clean and safe. But I've got to go, folks. Thank you so much. Blessed to have you. Really blessed to have the car community here, making mates, great friends. Really love the experience. I hope you're loving the experience as well. And if you want to be part of this experience and you're not part of the experience yet, make it to the live streams, chat with everyone. You're in the buddy basement here. You're going to make friends. You're going to learn to be faster. You're going to learn about taking on new skills and challenges and achieving your goals in life. This will make you better at life, folks. I promise, if you follow the strategies that we have. Folks, take care. Have a great day. And I'll see you in the live stream for a Manufacturers Cup race. Let's see what we can do with this beautiful Mercedes. Yeah. Thank you, Anto Racing, for making it. Make sure you're subscribed to JCCR Racing and check out our other fellow racers like Forza, such as Philness, such as Super Doofus, and all the ones that were in the race here. Anta is very fast, very impressive. Take care, folks. Godspeed and God bless.